What up, yo? This is weekly event Japan. Not sure if you've watched any of my other videos on weekly events, but this one is set up like a regular race weekend. You got 3 practice sessions, a qualifying, and a race. Takes all week to complete. And of course, based on your difficulty settings and assists, it can affect the score that you receive overall. So we're gonna put it at 90. I'm working my way up to 100%. 110 is the max. I'm not that fast yet, so we slowly work our way up to that.
Whilst unusual, the name actually comes from the original design of the corner, a 130-meter radius turn starting just past the track crossover. Over the years, due to several severe accidents, the corner's been redesigned to create a straighter entry and creating what is now a double apex left-handed corner.
Despite the changes, this is still one of the most exhilarating corners that drivers in F1 have to take. It's not normally considered an overtaking spot, but this is the scene of one of Fernando Alonso's most famous manoeuvres, when in 2005 he passed Michael Schumacher's Ferrari around the outside.
But pretty straightforward. We got different practice programs that we got to participate in, which will get us points which we can use to buy things. Mostly cosmetic stuff, but it looks like a decent weekend. I don't think it was going to rain or anything, which is good. This is a setup that I was using
let's update the setup
to complete the event. But we'll just quickly roll through these different practice programs. I've been practicing a lot of Suzuka lately, so this shouldn't be too difficult. And coming out last turn onto the front straight, we get a max score for track acclimatization. Took me a couple laps to do it, but either way, we still did it. Ended up with the fastest lap as well for the session so far. I mean, we got a couple more sessions to go. I'm just checking the different team objectives that I need to do, which it looks like the rest of the team objectives all have to deal with qualifying practice programs. So we'll do that one in P3. But doing the tire wearing one right now. Tire wear is not too hard. I'm using the hard tires to complete this practice program. I'm trying to save my tires in case I need to do a different strategy or something for the race.
test complete, and that was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
But we completed that with purple rating, which is the best you can get. You can get the most amount of points doing that too. Probably the hardest one to do is fuel management, I feel.
Our fastest lap is a 1:33.5.
I don't know, for whatever reason I have a hard I don't really go fast enough to save fuel, so I'm usually pushing a lot, so I usually save that one for last. ERS, it's not a difficult one to do. Just deploy it all on the straights and save it on the turns, and usually you can get purple on that. So we're gonna do fuel management, and I believe I did all these practice programs on the hard tire. I was still able to complete it on a used set of tires, and I end up getting purple on this one too. It took me, I think, 2 or 3 laps to complete the fuel management practice program, but
Our best lap so far is a 1:33.5.
But we completed all the programs, we completed 4 of the programs in one practice session and finished 7th overall in terms of speed, lap time. So practice 2 now. Probably just gonna do the race strategy. I might do it a couple times. I'll do it on the mediums and I'll also do it on the softs. That way I have a good idea of what to expect on race day.
Just yet. Track is still green. Try and take it easy for the first couple of laps.
Be easy, Jeff says. He says to be easy. He don't know me very well. That's how I roll. But 5 laps later, you know, another purple practice session. So I'm
Our best lap so far is
gonna do that again.
52.5.
This time using the soft tires. I'm just kind of seeing. You can see how much time is gained and lost depending on what set of tires you use. It looks like about a second from the softs to the mediums. Or I mean,
Everyone ready?
mediums to hard.
Okay, let's go.
But yeah, we're gonna continue on grinding away, and I exceeded track limits just barely. I mean, I didn't even feel like I still had that inside tire in there, but I'm running strict corner cutting rules, so I only did 4 laps on there. Still decent, gives me a good idea of what to expect on race day. You can see the amount of points I've accumulated. We just got to do the qualifying practice program, and hopefully when we do the qualifying we can complete the other 3 objectives for the team. Those ones involve just setting the fastest sector time. As long as my setup's decent, I should be able to do it. We come across in first place with a time of 1:31.1. Good enough for fastest in this session, and not fast enough in the last sector. I must be running a little more downforce than some of the other teams. The last sector is pretty much just a straightaway. Or no, yeah, it's mostly straightaway with the final little chicane there. So I wasn't able to get all the team objectives. I mean, I'm not too concerned. I mean, it's only 10 points. 10 points ain't that much, so. And I didn't really feel like going back out there and trying and then not getting the qualifying practice program complete, because if you don't get it complete you won't get those points, and I mean I'd rather take the points and be shy 10 points instead of getting all of them, you know. And again, the competition points you use for cosmetic stuff, different liveries, different race helmets, gloves, and suits. So, if you could use those competition points to like upgrade your vehicle, like that would be sweet to give me a little edge in the multiplayer. But it's even, not like real life where one team or car is more overpowered than the next. But we're off to qualifying. Qualifying is just a one shot qualifying, so I only get one chance at this. You gotta be on. Just like in real life, you only get one chance to do it, so you can't. I mean, I could restart and do it over if I get a time I'm not happy with, but the game penalizes you if you do it more than once. So I'm gonna throw it in there, and I get a little crazy. Oh gosh, and nice job, fool. Or actually, you know what? This isn't a one-shot qualifying. My mistake, my bad. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Went back into the pits, threw a new wing on, changed my tires. I go out with 1 minute left in qualifying. I think qualifying is actually, it's a short qualifying, which I think is, it's just one session. Is it 18 minutes long or something? So I really dodged a bullet there, or I'd be screwed. I cannot mess this one up. This is my last shot, my last bullet. So yeah, I'm putting it all on the line here, and I'm putting a lot of faith in my one shot, my one attempt at this. A lot of times, the smart thing to do would be to go out early and just set a banker lap and then come out at the end. But if you pay attention to Formula One at all, you know that the last car in qualifying out on track usually is the fastest, just because the other cars put rubber down on the track, and the track is evolving over the session, which means it gets quicker near the end of the qualifying session. So this is it. This is my last shot. So I'm not too sure how I'm doing. The number one time is a 129, and I'm going to come across the line with 129. Where'd I end up? I finished first. Sweet. I finished first. So that should give me a decent points overall. So far in the event, out of 2,400 people, I am 214th, which puts me in the top 9%. So pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Suzuka's a track I can push, and I feel real comfortable here. So
Just take it easy, and we should have a good race.
as far as strategy goes, I have to start on the tires I qualified with, so it leaves me no option but to go soft to mediums. But the race is underway now, and I always struggle with my starts, man. I just can't get the starts down. Too much wheel spin. But I can't worry about that now. We slip into second place right behind, I don't know how to pronounce this dude's name. We'll just call him Rod. Rod Verdell? Whatever, I butchered his name. But I'm behind Rod. I'm just going to follow him. It's a 13-lap race. I'm not going to do anything stupid. I'm going to learn from my mistakes. If you've seen my earlier league race video on Suzuka, I was doing really well and I was pushing too hard. And I ended up kind of having a half spin, which ruined my race. So I'm going to just be patient here. I'm in second place, has a good position. I'm going to just pressure this guy as he goes deep into the final chicane. Onto the front straight. I'm going to get behind him and duck into his slipstream while I'm kicking into rich revs and overtake mode. Back down to standard and medium. I'm going to save some fuel and save some energy. I'm just going to put the pressure on this guy, see if he folds, see if he buckles. It's real easy to follow somebody. It's difficult when you're in the lead. And I mean, even at this point, I'm so tense and nervous. I don't want to screw up. But we're pulling a gap on the guys behind us. And I'm setting purple sector times, so I'm doing pretty well. I'm not going to overstep my boundaries here. I'm not going to overdrive the car. I'm going to try and conserve some fuel and some energy and try and save these tires again. Mr. Rod runs deep, coming out of 130R.
DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone.
I'm expecting to get the fast lap this time. I'm in a DRS zone. I should be a little bit quicker than him. And so far, again, I'm still setting the best sector 1 times. This time Rod, he's early on the brakes, doesn't go wide. And we're sticking on him. We're in a DRS, we're in a slipstream. He's going defensive, but I got too much of a run on him. Outside turn 1 into turn 2.
Good job, nice overtake.
Just easing up into first place, into the S's. It's all about rhythm through here. Not too much throttle, and no brake. You want to get on. That wasn't the best turn right there. I believe that's Dunlop. But you want to take the inside. You want to hug the inside curb a little more. That way you can get on the gas and be flat out through that turn. I was off just a little bit. Maybe next lap I can get it and stretch this gap on this guy. But my engineer believes he wants to change the strategy. I'm doing well on tire wear, so he wants to prolong this stint, and I agree with him. I agree. As long as these tires are good and they feel good, I'm not slipping around. There's no need to come in just yet. I'm kind of waiting to see what everybody else does. But so far, I'm in 2 purple sector times. Boom, 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 boom. Downshifting real quick. Hit those apexes. Watch the bump coming out of final turn onto the straight. And we set the fastest lap. 132.9. Lap 6 now. Me in second place. We've left everybody behind. There's nobody behind us unless they must have went into the pits. I believe the number 3, Pablo. I think he pit maybe lap 5. But this is a good race so far. I mean, we're being respectful. He's not dive bomb me or anything stupid. Take us both out. And we are just, onto the power too quick. Almost lost it coming out of Spoon curve. I'm going to pass, who is that? I don't know. AI driver, doesn't matter. So we lapping cars already, lap 7. Lap 8 now. I think we're not coming in till lap 9. Tires feel great still. I mean, they might be starting to lose some of their grip, but everybody's pitting. So I'm just gonna keep pushing hard as I can, stretch this gap, and almost get bogged down by a lap car there coming out of the pits. But he got out of my way, stayed off the racing line, went right around him, no issues. Just lap car after lap car. It's just, our pace is phenomenal today. And we're gonna stay in a slipstream. Gotta be careful, these freaking lap cars. Sometimes I don't understand what they're doing. Just get out of the way, man. I don't know why you wait till I'm about to turn into one of the fastest turns on the track. But we're hitting the pits. Still in first place. Hopefully we stretch the gap enough to continue to be in first place when we come out. We only got 3 laps left on medium tires. I honestly wish I would have started on medium tires and went to softs, but I feel like that could have compromised my starting position. I probably wouldn't have started on pole. But either way, we're still in first place. I'm not sure if the guy behind me is actual second place or if that's another lapped car, but we're coming up on 2 more lap cars. They're getting the blue flag, so they got to get out the way. And I mean, it's so nerve-wracking right now because, like, they're just in the way. Like, uh-oh, Sophie, what's going on here? Oh, we got a car center of the road. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. I'm surprised the other driver didn't hit him. I'm like right there, like, geez, man, just stop. This fool's brake checking me, about to take my wing off. Like, what are you doing, man? I mean, it's getting to the point where these lap cars are starting to be, it's getting dangerous. Like, I'm afraid of running up on them. I mean, thankfully, homeboy goes in the pits and just gets out of my way. I mean, I feel like these guys are going to take me out. I'm like tiptoeing around these fools. I still got a large enough gap to second place. I can be a little hesitant when trying to pass him, but I mean, still, like, see, that was decent. He got out of the way. Didn't hold me up too much. Didn't almost wreck me. I only got 2 more laps left, though, so I'm still coming up on back traffic, though. Back traffic? Traffic? Whatever. Again, like, these back markers are so dangerous. I mean, I need to tuck in behind them to get that draft. But what if they, you know, I'm worried they're just going to let off the gas and I'm going to slam into them and take me out. But we're up to 13th place, soon to be. Yep, we've lapped 7 cars up to this point. 1 lap left. My pace is untouchable. Untouchable right now. Izumi gets zoomed by. Just 1 more lap. 1 more lap. We got this.
This is your final lap of the race.
2 more back markers battling, getting in the way. What are you doing, dude? Oh my God! Get out of the way! Jesus! Of course, on the last lap they try to take me out, forcing me to the grass. Man, I'm telling you. Forget about it, though. We come across the line. First place. First place, baby. Man, that was... Even though I was in first for the majority of the race, that was still nerve-wracking. Still anxious. Where we end up at? That is the question. Where do we rank? Where do we finish amongst the best players on PlayStation? Let's find out. I'm rocking a little Mercedes, or the livery that I got on is modeled after the Mercedes livery for Germany, the Hockenheim Grand Prix. In case you want to know, probably don't care. Whatever. All right, so we finished the race first place. Where's our ranking in the world? Got a total of 314,000 points. And again, that was on 90% difficulty, so if I would have went a higher difficulty, probably got better score. But when the event was over, got this email from Codemasters with my score. What do we get? Yes. We got an elite trophy, baby. That's top 5. We finished in the top 5%. 1,500 competition points. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, nice. I finished in the top 2%. 89th. Wow, top 100. Wow. That's insane. That is by far the best result I've ever had. The highest I've ever placed in a weekly event. Dang. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself. That was a great race. I mean, man, still kind of in shock. Top 100 on PlayStation. Dang. I told you I'm getting better. Told you I'm getting better. Show and prove, baby. But yeah, that gives me some confidence. That gives me reason to keep practicing, keep playing, keep improving, getting better. I'm happy about that. Well, thanks guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Peace.